bristleback game to you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's sure he can get kited, but he kind of likes to play long fights as well. Like, he's Fishman.
Yep, he's getting very low. That was the toss back into the magic missile. So first blood the way of OG, and Saberlight might be going down here as well. Nope, it'll be Seb instead.
Oh, they got Amar as well on the quick wave.
You're right.
Okay, lane is an interesting one because like clearly OG is, you know, they're doing the toss backs into Venge Stun into Wave of Terror. It's a lot of nukes. Like, it looks pretty good. Oh, Stormy's actually going for it.
Yeah, pops that Firefly. That's the Arcane Rune. Seb, he's just going to get lassoed on the high ground with that 4 sticky napalm stack. Should be an easy kill for Stormer.
Damn, that's
so first kill for him in this, I guess you could call it the mid lane, but you can see the CS right now between the mid laners not really that close because of the jungle discrepancy. Jiragi, again, getting gone on by these mud golems. Seem to be finding those consistently in the jungle.
Again with the body blocks.
Taiga can't even get to the other side now, but BZM coming to help with the Illuminate. A lot of damage done to Toby, who have to hightail away as Taiga trying to position again, but he's out of spell, so all he can do is right-click at this point. Illuminate not channeled fully, but it's going to be enough to take out Toby in the end.
Oh, he's got
Taiga,
the rocks. Yep,
the rocks come out from the little shard golems. Avalanche to follow, and these little babies will not be enough to spell. They're smoking into the pit, and obviously with this Axe, they could take it, but OG might have a little inkling that this is occurring. Taiga on the high ground, breaking the smoke. It might cost him his life. Gets off a nice avalanche with the Gale Force to follow, but the lasso, that's going to find Yuragi's first life, and he's completely surrounded, so even his illusion will die. And that means OG might have to give this up as Amar kind of stuck inside his own triangle. BKB popped by Stormer. Life break to the creep for Amar. He's going to pop a BKB of his own, which means they can't really kill him at the moment. A nice curse doing a lot of damage to Seb as Amar focusing purely on the bristleback, who's staying alive. Amar, getting to see the save there onto the bristleback, although taking a lot of burning spear damage. It looks like Amar is just resigned to his death. But Saberlight does die to the ridiculous amount of burning spears that were applied to him. And is this enough to go for Roche? I mean, they have an entire zoo with Visage here.
I feel like with the zoo, they can't, like, if this was any other draft, you'd be like, oh no, the Bristle died, Entity can't go Roche, but every one of their heroes can. Oh, Yuragi.
Yuragi, he's alive again. Gets off the magic missile. Illuminate to come. Fishman gets extremely low. And you can see the Roche starting to get low itself, and Yuragi really doesn't care about dying this first time. We've seen this story before. 17 seconds on the Huskar life. Yuragi's first life down again. A lot of damage being applied to the Wyvern, gets blown up, so Kataomi out of the fight along with Fishman,
trying to finish it,
into
dude.
the pit. Stormer doesn't have that much damage to work with, getting quite low himself, just getting beat by Roche. But the Aegis is taken by BZM, and that is unfortunate for OG, or for Entity, I should say.
Very
as
fortunate for OG.
My goodness, able to get in the pit and get a bunch of kills on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, even with those zoo creeps, OG looking to get active again. Seb. Actually, Yuragi likely to lead the way. No, it's going to be Seb. The smoke is broken, and they're going to spot Saberlight. Gale Force already there. Fishman is going to get tossed back onto the stairway. He's going to get off his mech along with the Hand of God, but Saberlight just trying to focus with that lasso target. But, again, the swap comes out from Yuragi. Nice counteract to that lasso. Amar gets off the inner fire, focusing on Visage all himself, but he's completely surrounded. Another inner fire to come, and the life break to follow. He's still staying alive with barely any HP, but OG are getting destroyed in this fight. And Yuragi, that is the illusion. They're going to take it out eventually, and they're going to find BZM on top of this, so a full team wipe, and likely to find the kill after the Aegis goes out here. So Entity somehow not losing anybody. BZM with the Illuminate, but it's not going to be much here. And Entity somehow winning this fight handily.
I feel like that started pretty...
OG still getting the first tier 2 tower of the game in their favor.
And now OG needs to make the choice. Like, do they want to...
Oh, we have the lasso initiation. Focusing on Yuragi first. The Lotus Orb applied. Gonna bounce back a couple things here. Gets off another swap, and there's the illusion. So that's the first life for Yuragi. But again, swap out to Safety's arms this time, and Amar focusing on Bristle again. Not doing that much damage right now as Amar getting extremely low. There's the Lotus Orb, and he doesn't have enough lifesteal to work with at the moment. That inner fire just not providing quite enough HP regen. And now Seb might getting punished here. Visage Familiars, Curse. And BZM would be an enormous kill as Saberlight positioning himself very nicely to get off these goos and quill sprays. Toby finishing him off with that Soul Assumption. Gale Force not really going to help too much here as another fight going the way of Entity. Seb and the illusion of Yuragi, the last to remain. And Yuragi,
middle tower has fallen.
he's actually going to come back. That is unfortunate timing. Really well played from Entity, knowing that he would respawn. So dies again, and the illusion will likely follow suit. That is exactly what you described.
Okay, I will say.
That is death number 7 for Yuragi. Again, it is a position 3 this game, but that still does not feel good as Saberlight and Company feeling very comfortable going for the high ground take now. But there is buyback available for the Venge. Tier 3 towers down. Gale Force. Zeb looking for the power shot. There's the buyback coming out. Taiga gets off the nice toss back onto Saberlight. Pops that BKB instantly. Focusing on a Taiga to start this out as he is dead right off the bat. We'll have to buy back as well as Yuragi looking for his 8th death of the game. Amar falls as well. Just too much physical damage from this Bristleback. And a nice curse that might just end this game. GG is called. Entity. Gracious me, oh my. That was a very quick turnaround. The fact that, I mean, it was only like a 6K lead knocking on the high ground, but the entire group stage. As we're going to see the Astral Spirit come out from Seb. Kataomi. Let's take heavy damage, but we'll live. We're going to see First Blood Amar. Okay. Ends up getting him in the end. And Taiga will be the trade on the other side of the map, so it's a 1-for-1, although Fishman getting chased by Yuragi. Getting that extra movement speed, gets off the Aphotic Shield. It looks like it'll just delay the inevitable, which will be the kill for Yuragi, who actually gets the bounty rune as well. But yeah, this OG lineup, their response to Entity. You have to contest in some capacity.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Kataomi. Get a little tri-lane action here as Yuragi, knowing that a teammate is coming. Disruption there, we see the saving. There's another TP coming in, but you can see Yuragi getting extremely low. Nice Echo Stomp there, but it's not going to prevent the death from Yuragi. Going down to that Soul Assumption. Illusory Orb from BZM looking to take out somebody. The coil even expended just to take out Fishman, as Toby trying to do some damage to BZM, gets a nice Soul Assumption, and not done. I mean, Viper versus any melee hero is going to be pretty damn miserable for the melee.
Oh, BZM, he's there.
BZM has his coil ready. Illusory Orb not going to connect, but he's going to go into Waning Rift. You can see the TP's coming in. He expends coil, but he has no mana to follow this up with. Amar is going to get lasso before he can get any more right clicks in, and Toby's even come to play with the Soul Assumption. So a nice turnaround on from Entity's side. As they're going to find Taiga as well. They did lose Saberlight, so it's going to be a 1-for-2. But from OG's perspective, perhaps they're happy with the fact that they had to TP with basically everybody on Entity's side.
I mean, you know, Kataomi can play such a good item on Puck. I can't think of a better hero to get a Witchblade on, really.
Astral Spirit, just to scout things out. They don't see Kataomi yet, but you can see OG are here in numbers. And there he goes. He's actually going to use the Winter's Curse. He might be able to get the kill onto Taiga. In fact, he does. Nicely done from Kataomi. He's going to force out the coil, though. But here comes the reinforcements from Entity. Rupture onto Stormstorm. He's going to get the lasso onto the Puck. Gets a Aphotic Shield as well. They're doing massive damage. So BZM ends up dropping to Stormstormer, and a nice save onto him as well, as Yuragi will die in addition. So 3-for-0 as Entity clean up this fight really nicely. The Doom applied to Seb. He'll be able to walk away. But still, really nice fight from Entity overall. As Amar getting gone on the top lane. It's going to be a solo kill potentially for Toby with the nice uses of Familiars. Soul Assumption to follow. A couple more right clicks will do it. He has the Viper Strike onto Toby, but there's the save coming out from Fishman. So 4-for-0 across the map in favor of Entity. Dude, these huge swing. These early, 14 minutes. But yeah, the story, like you said, is Saberlight and his rough start to the game. Stormstormer is going to get a sticky napalm stack onto Seb. Flame Break into the lasso, but the TPs are coming in the form of the Bloodseeker. But looks like Seb is going to die nonetheless. Saberlight attempting to TP out. And this time, no cancellation, although he's ticking really low on the base. Oh my goodness.
He even bought a Fairy Fire to try to not die. Yeah, and I don't think he could buy a second one either because it would be on G, bro.
Well, looks like we're ready to go, and we'll see what happens. Like you said, the Bloodseeker ready to TP in, but Entity continuing on. Kataomi with his ult available. He's going to use it, and looks like Seb is going to be the collateral. You know, Fishman is going to get an easy kill, although he's completely surrounded, so it might just be a trade. He's going to pop his ult, attempting TP, and Yuragi with no
He's
cancellation.
fine.
That is the counter to Bloodseeker since days El Memoriam, or whatever the hell that saying is. As Kataomi tries to save himself, but it kind of sets up the Nether Toxin, so OG able to get a couple, or one kill out of this. Obviously, it was set up by the Saberlight pickoff early on, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Entity now going to smoke up. Taiga getting some warding action in the enemy triangle. Saberlight. Stormstormer, they have the Blink Dagger on Kataomi right now, but there's the Blink onto from Stormstormer, and the Bloodseeker is just dead. Big pickoff for Entity. Taiga able to get off the Demonic Purge, but he's getting chased relentlessly from Stormstormer and company, and Seb just
he should be dead
can't do much about it at all. He's carrying a briefcase. It's business day for him, but back to the grave. 3 dead Entity. Now, do they have a Roche lineup? Not as much as last game, that's for sure.
Visage Ab are decent. I don't know if they're gonna. Oh, Saberlight's top actually.
BZM in a bit of a pickle right now, and he's just gonna get dropped as well. So Entity getting everything out of this, and that should surely be enough to get the old Roche.
I mean, that turned from a carry pickoff to just everybody done.
Thanks to the shard as the BKB's activated from Saberlight and company, but Yuragi is trying to right-click, but a nice Winter's Curse comes out, but it's on top of a lasso as well. Kind of a weird combo here, but Yuragi, he's taking so much damage. A nice save from Taiga for the time being, as Yuragi extremely fast, and he's just going to be able to walk on out of there. 50 seconds on the deck for the Visage as 2 kills clean up from OG's perspective. Saberlight looks to be next. Big turnaround from OG as they find form, and Stormstormer comes back in, and he has that Aegis looking for Amar, but Amar is just fine.
He has no BKB. His Blink's down for
now
4 seconds.
Completely surrounded again. Viper Strike to follow, so Amar will be the sacrifice, but triple kill from BZM, and OG take a fight against an Aegis and only lose 2, as looks like Seb ends up going down to the flame break damage over time.
Yeah, he's a pathetic support, so he does go down. Literally everybody's dead on Entity. Yeah,
but that flame break.
Yep, that's Seb. Yep. Literally not moving. Oh, there he goes.
Very nice.
There's that smile.
Yep, you know what that means.
He's very angry.
4K lead for OG. Oh, but BZM gets spotted. Doom applied, but Taiga attempting to get out as well. He's going to get stopped in his place thanks to Saberlight. So Shadow Demon the first to fall in this engagement. Amar trying to position himself. Looks like the curse comes out onto the Bloodseeker. That's through the BKB. So Yuragi, he's still so fast. Able to walk away again, but again, with that BZM death, that does hurt OG quite a bit, and a stomp to follow. So 3 dead, favor this time going to Andy. So much back and forth this game. As Seb, will he get chased down again? Flamebreak kind of helps him out. He whips himself. Are pretty pathetic in that point.
Yeah.
Smoke from OG, but just securing some farm right now. Maybe getting a couple wards. Are they going to go into the triangle as BZM ready to go. Waning Rift to start things out, and Fishman with the Nether Toxin can't even get off his ult. So insta-death for him as OG look to pursue even further. Saberlight gets destroyed by the Elder Titan ult through the BKB. And that is 2 quick pickoffs for OG. Obviously Roche, we won't have Shadow Demon already having that along with the Aghanim Scepter, so the 3 charges.
Oh no, he gave it away.
Did he?
What did he give?
Oh, we have the lasso initiation, but an instant rupture on the Stormstormer, killing himself through that BKB, but looks like they're focusing on Amar. He's able to get out thanks to the disruptions, but still doomed. So he might tick out in the end, but the Stormstormer initiation completely punished from OG. They find him pretty much instantly as Yuragi kind of put to a stop thanks to the Winter's Curse, but now we have a coil onto the high ground. Blood right to follow. Toby looking to not break himself out of that coil. He's going to get saved for the time being by Kataomi, but there's so much magic damage to follow it up with. Surely he's going to be dead, but the buyback comes out from Saberlight. And now, see the Echo Stomp from Seb onto 2 heroes as Toby stuck inside the Blood right. He's silenced from the Waning Rift, but has that Soul Assumption to follow, and the rest of OG now on the run because that's 2 buybacks coming out from Entity. And Seb will be punished, but again, that's just 2 supports dead as Entity kind of getting destroyed in their own base.
Yeah, rest of OG TP'd out. They were just diving there to kind of force the buyback.
Shards, so they're going to be able to push these towers way faster now that Poison Attack does work against them, along with the minus armor aspect.
Yep.
And Yuragi, oh, he's going to get lassoed to start things out. He's kind of separated a bit here. Saberlight comes in as well, looking to get the Doom off, but not needed. Yeah, BZM, he has to be careful because there is still... Oh, actually getting some backup from his team. Looks like they're going to focus on Fishman instead. He does get off the ult this time despite the break. No silence to follow as Toby going to get Viper struck as Amar focusing on the familiars for now, but it's a 1-for-1 in favor of Entity as the rest of OG now need to retreat. Oh, the BZM! He's going to get the phase shift off, blink up in just a moment, but will he be able to get out? Finds a little bit of distance as Stormstormer. Flame break not going to connect. As the rest of OG collapsing a bit, but they do get BZM in the end. That is an enormous kill for Entity. And Amar kind of forced to just stand his ground again, but the Soul Assumption, nice dodge with the Manta style. That's exactly why he picked it up. As the Cold Embrace going to save Toby. As the Familiars keeping Amar in place at the moment with the buyback from BZM. And they do get the Visage, but the buyback feels like maybe not so worth it now. Unless they can get some Amar as the Lincoln's applied to him. As Saberlight, he's going to get Waning Rift to start. As a Rupture put on Saberlight, he's kind of stuck all by himself in this area. As Stormstormer gets the first lasso off onto Yuragi, but no damage follow-up whatsoever. Seb taking a Soul Assumption on the sideline as Amar pops the BKB, but Saberlight's just dead. That was the original initiation from the puck, and he's dead for 2 full minutes, no buyback. Amar's going to be the trade. Does have buyback for him, but the fact that they've taken out the support Wyvern already as Toby turns into Stone. Gonna put this initiation to a stop. As Seb all right, that's a really late game high five. I like that. Toby. Oh, the bash actually connects from Yuragi as a basher now. And so Toby trying to walk back to base. Probably not going to happen. As Stormstormer getting chased in the meantime by BZM. Has that BKB activated and looks like he's going to be fine, but Toby not so much. So it ends up being a 3-for-2, really back and forth. And the fact that Saberlight just couldn't play that fight at all really hurts.
It was also weird.
Yep, Amar gets spotted out here, trying to de-ward this very valuable ward spot here. BZM jumps in. The Waning Rift into phase shift. He'll blink onto the cliff as Amar's attack speed is absurd right now. Is this actually been enough to take out Toby? I thought he was perfectly fine, but BZM with the finishing move. They pop his Lincolns, looking for the Doom, but the Viper Strike applied to Saberlight. He can't get off any attacks at all, and he will die shortly after here, but a curse comes out to try to counteract it. Double buyback from Entity, including the Doom with his ultimate still available. But now they have to pop that Lincolns again on the side of BZM. Gets off the Illusory Orb onto the other side of the trees. And they get the stun on Saber. That is a dieback onto the Doom as OG winning this fight handily. Another buyback onto the Abaddon as Entity have yet to find a kill in this engagement. Looks like BZM's going to be able to get around with 60 seconds for 2 heroes on Entity, no buyback. And they could easily get a lane of racks, maybe 2, and then go Roche afterwards. As Seb, is that an Aghanim Scepter for him? Or is that,
yes,
yeah?
It is.
Okay.
That is Ags. So
Very
he's a core now.
All right, as applying some pressure to the tier 3 towers. OG looking to potentially finish this game, and obviously with that shard on Amar, it allows them to just melt through these buildings. And Stormstormer, they're going to have to try to defend it. These tier 4s are basically dead now as Amar pops the BKB, focusing on the Ancient as well. And Stormstormer just bashed to a high degree. He's just dead. He does have buyback, but the GGs come out as OG even the series 1-1.
They did it. Yeah, I mean, the way that they fought was...
First blood. Trap is there. Illusory Orb. Stormstormer trying to pursue. And even the Rocket Flare missing again, but look at this. It's scouting out Yuragi, who is getting nice, big, and juicy here. Kataomi gets off a pretty good Splinter's Blast, taking a couple creeps for himself and leeching some of the XP, but Saberlight is the one that draws first blood. So Taiga ends up dropping. I thought that was not going to happen considering the consistent Icarus diving he's been having there. Kataomi going to be ignored by Yuragi, who is trying to stack.
He's trying to stack right in front of the support. That's so funny.
Oh, BZM. Kind of in a terrible spot here. A nice job from Stormstormer, getting that nice angle on the creep. So that's going to be the first death for BZM. And Entity off to a 2-0 lead. Seb actually pops the sprint. So we're going to see the coil with the egg being placed. It's going to be broken. Stormstormer just trying to limp away. The right click's doing quite a bit of damage. He's going to get dove on, but looks like he will survive. As now Fishman, with that corrosive haze, will likely be brought to an end. Although he dodges out the crush, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be a 2-for-0 as the Visage and Clock die on the side of Entity. Good. Kataomi does have ult though. Winter's Curse available. Not really finding a good opening here.
Right, obviously because the nighttime, the daytime factor. Oh, mid.
Yep, coil, but there's the ult pop by the Night Stalker. Trying to get that silence off. Instant Ghost Scepter from BZM, but there's the curse onto Alchemist just to try to delay things. You can see Amar keeping everybody at bay here, taking some right clicks from Stormstormer. A couple more will do it. He's going to armlet toggle and survive, though, as Yuragi with the BKB focusing on Kataomi. Gonna get these two supports relatively easy along with the Night Stalker, so 3 for nothing as OG looks to take this fight in spades. That's the Aegis down as well.
He's dead twice.
Absolutely. Toby's here though with his familiars. But if he's not careful, everybody's gonna go down on the top side of the entity. That's gonna be the 4th down. Toby left to his own devices and will likely get chased down. All this impetus damage is a double kill from BZM. And OG lose absolutely nothing, and that is against an Aegis.
Ghost Scepter really paid off in that fight for BZM, and also the fact that Amar went for Armlet instead of going for the Mask of Madness build. Stormstormer couldn't kill him. I think he okay, well.
Yeah, Taiga's dead, so
gonna get a freebie.
Get some revenge here, but still, just the supports going down in these like in-between fights, if you want to call it that. But
yeah, I mean, I do feel like it's passing the point where TA can have this like monstrous snowball to deal with an Alchemist, especially if you're gonna go down.
Stormstormer's all alone, and the corrosive haze means that there's no shenanigans coming out of that meld.
Oh, and Amar
Big pick off for OG as Yuragi just picking them apart all over the map. And then the crippling fear, but he's gonna break the coil and just die to the illusory orb. And a little bit late on the Winter's Curse, and this is another punish from OG. 3 dead, and barely any damage done to OG's side. Concoction coming for Fishman.
For Entity to take any fight.
Yeah.
I think there's good counters to TA, who might be
Amar,
might be
have the vision.
Here.
Looking for the opening. There's the coil. Blink by Amar into the bash, but the counter hook shot comes in. But look at this damage. Concoction onto 2 heroes. And again, OG getting away with murder with no reciprocation whatsoever from Entity's side. 5 to 13. And again, that's
yeah.
I'm gonna try to force it out here. As Amar, he's gonna break it. Saberlight with the initiation, crippling fear, but gonna try to take down the Phoenix to start. He has a Ghost Scepter himself. Just the itemization coming out from OG has been masterful. And there's the Winter's Curse turning into a kill onto BZM.
Double kill, okay.
So a nice pick off here for Entity. As they're going to try to continue on now. Focus is on Yuragi as that BKB, though, with the concoction to follow. Fishman getting saved on the outskirts of this fight. And Yuragi, he has to be careful. The BKB is now ending. They don't have enough damage to finish him off quite yet because Amar's the one that jumps in. He's going to get decimated. So a 3 for 2 as the Visage is fallen. And that's the buyback from the Phoenix on OG's side. So really good fight from Entity.
Can hold this area, just the birds. They don't have a ward on the high ground.
Yep, Roche coming back very shortly.
Neither team has a ward on the high ground.
Entity do have vision there thanks to the traps as the concoction coming off, but he can't use it on Toby because he's stone. And that doesn't work against stone apparently. Fishman gets off the cogs and there's a jump in from Stormstormer. Trying to take out Amar. He's already at half HP as the buyback onto the Wyvern already comes to fruition. But look at the damage coming from Seb with these impetuses on the side. Double kill for him. He's just cleaning through everybody. And now BZM with a double kill for himself as well. As 4 are dead, that's a dieback onto the Wyvern. And OG only lose 1, and it's Amar. And Seb pretty much out of mana, but the concoction is coming as Toby will go down again. Triple kill, and that is looking real bad. That's 2 diebacks from Entity. And now Roche is a questionable choice for sure. But 1 set of racks in favor of OG now.
Was that a BM BKB?
It might be. It's very possible. He's going to take a Melt Strike. Yuragi getting quite low. Arctic Burn to follow, but they're getting healed up a bit. But the instant silence from Saberlight, who jumps in with a crippling fear, has the Nullifier as well, it looks like. So down goes the Phoenix along with the Aegis. And nice attempted save at Saberlight. He's going to take so much damage from Seb once he's able to actually click on him. Stormstormer with the BKB. Trying to take out the Alchemist. He's going to get him.
Dead.
BKB. Along with that Cold Embrace, as we have a buyback on the Alchemist, so it looks like OG want to try to finish this as Stormstormer will be dead with no buyback. So 3 done, and Seb is, I wonder how much damage he has done this game with these impetuses, because they are absolutely shredding Entity. Toby in the stone form, but it's going to get saved by Kataomi as well, but you can see Impetus with the Waning Rift, they can just burst right through it. So OG look like they're going to go on to face PSG LGD in this second series.
That's it.
In the playoffs. GGs are called. Nicely played from OG.
Curious to see the damage numbers in this game. I feel like as the game does indeed get paused here.
Yep, that's typical.
Yeah. Yeah, Seb. I mean, they just like Taiga and Seb just swapped positions that game. That was not a pause 5 Enchantress. That was a 4 Enchantress. Hell, maybe even a 3 Enchantress. Maybe Amar was the 4 that game.
That's true. It felt like he was playing more of a normal Slardar role.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when it got later, Seb was just doing a lot of damage. But really, the story was, I mean, it started out Saberlight having a good start, like just farming. He wasn't really trying to find kills, but OG just, after that one fight in that mid lane when Entity had the Aegis advantage, it just fell apart completely.
It did. Entity had the Aegis.
Yeah,
and then
they
OG
took a full fight
wipes them
without losing anybody.
Yeah, and it was all from the goat scepter.
The goat scepter.
The goat